So this is show number 154. And I forgot to do the intro, but I'll just do it anyway.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
What up? YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Periscope. I am in the house by myself. Right now, Renikia won't be here. Not sure about Adria. So we'll just go old school here with just little old me. And hopefully I can make sense of all of this and be able to manage all of the screens and trinkets I got going on here to make this happen. So if you don't know why we're here to discuss making money in real estate and making money without using your cash or credit. It's called wholesaling. That's the name of the game. That's what I talk about. I may throw in a few other things, but that's what I talk about. So make sure you share this, you like it, share it with at least 3 people. Let's have a goal here. And if we got 46 people watching, that means we need to have 46 likes. If we have 400 people, we need to have 400 likes. No excuses on all platforms. All right. So also, if you want to ask questions live on video with me on YouTube and Facebook, simply go to comps101.com and I'll put you on screen, see what you got. Now, on the other networks, you won't be able to see it on YouTube and Instagram, but hey, you can still hear the response or whatever. So I appreciate everyone that has shown up so far. Again, what we are here for is to learn how to wholesale real estate. That's where you put deals together without using your cash or credit. So I'm going to try to bounce around on the different platforms with questions. Someone on TikTok says, what's the easiest way to start? The first word you need to eliminate is, well, I guess that's a legitimate word, is easiest. The easiest way to start is to educate yourself. That's the easiest way to start. See, what people on there like, what's the first thing I should do? First thing you should do is educate yourself. Guess what? If you educate yourself, at some point during that education, you're going to know what to do. That's like a given. I know you want me to say, well, just go out and do this. It's a very simple business, but it's not that simple. You know, there's things you just need to know. It's free information. I give it all away. Many of you all heard me leave you voicemails through Instagram or whatever. That's 12 years of me spilling my guts. That's 400 plus videos, almost 500. We're approaching that. Everything you need to know. I wish somebody existed like I existed back in 2003 when I discovered this. But I spent some money, but it's still the best investment I've ever made. I can't even tell you how much money it's allowed me to make. I don't even like to put that out there. But point being, you can do the same. And in a lot of cases, most people do more than what I do because I'm not the brightest bulb in the pack. But one thing I do know how to do is get a check, and I can teach you how to do the same thing. So we'll go ahead and get into it as people join. Again, this is a live feed on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Periscope. So no further ado, let's start get some questions answered here. Again, share this with 3 people. Make sure you like it. I'm here solo, so y'all know how it goes. You know, I got to ask questions. I got this platform, that one, or whatever. So we're going to try to do our best, and hopefully we'll get educated here. Okay? All right, A.D. Ward in Cincinnati, Ohio. Jason Maya, what up? Baddest Allen says, oh, aloha. What up, Todd? Enrique? I think that's how you spell it. Sylvia. Someone said, I got a question. All right. Chipping at leases, good or bad right now? Depending on what business you're in. If you're in, I don't know, some of the fast food, some of the restaurants that were not set up for fast food, they're probably struggling now. I hope that doesn't start doing that tonight on my Instagram. Once again, give me 1 second here. Let me make sure that I may have to restart the Instagram because we'll work it out. Okay, so no, it's a good thing depending on what business you're in. Some businesses have taken a hit, and some have exceeded all of their normal expectations for this period within a particular year. So it just depends, just like with anything else, just adjust to it or whatever. So boom. Dark Flavor says, are pre-foreclosures pretty much liens? Well, they hadn't gotten to that stage yet. You know, the bank or the lender is just executing their contractual right to take the property because the person didn't pay them. So it's not a lien on the particular property at that point. Someone says they lost 30K wholesaling. I guess they mean real estate. How is that possible? Please explain how you lost 30K. What could you have possibly been doing to lose 30K in this business? Obviously, everything wrong from the beginning or whatever. I can't even wrap my mind around losing 30K in this business. It's hard to lose 3,000, 300. Yeah, you can lose, you re-up, whatever. At 3,000 is difficult to lose unless you just make a horrible decision in the beginning or whatever. So let me see what else we got here. Someone D1914 says when cold calling, it's hey Mr. Seller or hey seller name. What's a good intro when you're cold calling? When you call, someone answer, hello, this is hello. They say, hey, hi, may I speak with whoever? Hello, may I speak with whoever? Good afternoon, may I speak with whoever? Good morning. All of that works. All of it works. If you look just for an opening statement, just a greeting. You're just greeting them, in a nice, cordial way, which is expected whenever you call someone. All right. Someone says, how rare is it to find pre-foreclosures free and clear? Dark Flavor again. Dark Flavor, you must understand what pre-foreclosures mean. If it's in pre-foreclosures, that means they owe money on it. So it can't be free and clear. Free and clear means they don't owe anybody on the property. You just misunderstood what that actually means. I guess I can put this on the screen. Help me read it also. Let me read it first. It says they had a Flippinar have a potential deal in Los Angeles. The seller, highly motivated, but can't sell because he has a mobile home squatter that he had given consent to a while ago. He took the squatter to court. He took the squatter to court. Fix that. He took the squatter to court and gave the squatter $21,000, but now he's using the money to make a civil case against the seller. What can you do to make this deal go through? Property is on the market. Number one, it's on the market. That's a challenge in itself. The other thing is that, that's a mess, man. The only thing you could possibly do is try to go to the squatter and see if they would, let me remove this. You could pay them to leave, but if they already got 21K or whatever, then no, it's, you may want to revisit that later. James let me make sure. Let me get a question from one of these other platforms here. Can't see that far. Let me see. The light is blinding. Do you need? Let's see the whole. Okay. Well, let me do Instagram first. Someone says flipping contracts. Do you have a course that teaches it thoroughly? Yes, I do. Or you just DM me or whatever, and I'll get that information over to you. That was off Instagram. Off TikTok. Do you? Someone asked, do you need an LLC to wholesale real estate? You don't need one, but you need one in the sense that you don't have to have an LLC to wholesale real estate. You can do it in your name. You can start out that way. Some people don't have the money or the resources to do it to set up an LLC or start generating leads by a marketing campaign. So I'm going to always choose on spending the money to generate leads first, and then maybe you set up an LLC after the first deal or two. It's not going to kill you to do a deal or two in your name or whatever. So, all right, from YouTube says, so I got this is the Smith's Financial Relief Group. So I got this lady that's 80 years old and she has nobody to help her clean out this house. She has a lot of stuff that her mother left behind in the garage as well. What can I do to extend the contract? That I'm confused on it. If she knows she needs help to clean out the house, she should automatically want to extend it. Maybe I'm missing something in the contract. Again, if you want to ask your questions live, you can go to comps101.com. You can go to comps101.com and post your questions there. I mean, you can come online with me live on video. I'll put you on or whatever so you can ask your questions. All right. Where is that? Let me remove. Okay, it is. All right. What else we got here? I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. Well, let me do this. I'm gonna end this Instagram and come back in. Delete video. And give me 1 second, guys. Let me change my display screen. It keeps timing out for some reason. Auto log. Oh, it's set for 30 seconds. Wow. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay, live. Boom. Okay, so we're live back on Instagram. Oh, we're about to be live. All right. So all right, we should be live again on Instagram. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I did that instead of that. Okay. Boom. All right, now we're live. Okay, we're live back on Instagram. Okay, so someone says I have deals in Georgia, land mostly. Yeah, land is a little more difficult, but we'll take a look at it. Guys, understand when you're submitting deals, if it's in a small town, it's going to be hard for us to do anything with those. If it's not multifamily or self-storage, since submitting houses in small towns, when I say small towns, I'm talking like, well, really anything probably under 100,000, 100,000 as far as population. It's going to be normal. You can do less than that, but I'm just trying to give a streamline. People submitting deals with population. Now, sometimes they'll be suburbs of cities, so I always try to check that because I'm not familiar with all the suburbs or large cities or whatever. But when it's out in the middle of the road, we're talking about 5,000 population, 10, 20. Those towns are just not big enough to it's just not big enough. It's just going to be hard to do deals in no markets consistently. You may do one every now and again, but consistently. And so we just try to be efficient with our time or whatever. Like I said, unless it's multifamily, apartment building or something, it's going to be difficult. Just as a heads up. All right, again, make sure you like this and share it. I'm by myself. Y'all know how it is. I got to try to filter through all this and handle the tech side of this at the same time. So bear with me. Again, if you want to ask your question live on here with me, just post it. Go to comps101.com and tap the button that says join me live or whatever. Someone says, can we, for TikTok, can we get the free course, still get the free course? Yeah, if you do the 50 duets on TikTok of my content, yeah, you can still get the courses free. You're not sure how to do that, just text me and I'll send you the instructional video on how to actually do that. All right, so what we got here? All right. Lovely Tasha says, am I able to wholesale a home without a slab foundation? Yeah, you can. It's still going to boil down to numbers. If that's not a common type house in that particular neighborhood, then, you're going to have to adjust for that. But to answer your question, yeah, it's possible for sure. Someone says, this is a good question because it goes into submitting deals at diggerlater.com. Remember, if you got deals you want submitted, you need a buyer for it that you have under contract, and they are great deals. You're not sure what a great deal is, then you need to go to comps101.com and look at those videos on the site to get an idea, so you can understand what makes a great deal. But can I submit an on-market deals in the link? No, we want off-market properties. And my definition of off-market is that it's not advertised anywhere on the internet, no matter if it's listed with a real estate agent or not. It's not advertised anywhere on the internet. That's my definition of off-market. Those we can find ourselves. We need something that only you know about, right? That's what we're looking for. Someone asked the same thing on TikTok. Do you think it's okay to get houses off of MLS? Well, they asking just personal, I guess. Well, yeah, you can wholesale houses off MLS. It's difficult. I don't recommend it it's more difficult for newbies because you're going to have earnest money deposit, which is normally $500,000 or more. Then you have to have proof of funds, which you can jump through both of those hurdles. But the main issue when you're trying to wholesale houses off the MLS, you got to have the right type of buyers because you're not finding something that's a secret. Now, if you negotiate a deal into something that's really attractive off of MLS, then, hey, that's the name of the game. But some buyers are going to be turned off because they get bombarded with those same properties. You're not finding something that is a secret. So again, if you have the right type of buyer, then yes, and you could jump to those hurdles with a real estate agent, then yes. And what I mean by hurdles, just understand the more the house sells for, the more the agent makes. So you all are like, you have magnets and you turn them on one side and they start to, they move away from each other. That's what you and the realtor are doing. You're trying to get it for as least as you possibly can. And they're trying to sell it for as much as they possibly can because they get paid off commission. So the more it sells for, the more you make it towards commission. Now, how you can re-engineer that and play off the agent's greed is don't bring your own agent to the table. Contact them directly so they can represent you and the actual seller in the deal. A lot of times they just not going to automatically get that and have an opportunity to probably make more money than if they sold it at the full price that they were asking if another agent was involved. If you don't know what I mean is, normally when a real estate agent lists a property, they rarely bring a buyer to the table also where they can get 100% commission. Normally they're dependent on another real estate agent to produce the buyer for their property that they have the listing with the seller. So they have to split the commission 50-50. And that didn't even include what the broker gets out of that or whatever. So, but if you come directly to them without an agent, you give them an opportunity to make 100% commission. That's going to give you the best opportunity to do so. Again, like and share this. Share it with 3 people. We should already been tripled up since I made that first statement. I guess we have, so you all have been sharing it. All right, so let's see what else we got here. We don't have anything on the gram. Let me see what we got. Someone on the Instagram says, what's your opinion on foreclosures or pre-foreclosures? Well, there are opportunities. Just understand that Everybody targets those. That's probably the number one set of questions I get is about foreclosures, because I know most people, even if you're not involved or know anything of real estate, know anything about real estate, when you hear the word foreclosure, people just automatically think, oh, it's a great deal. It's a great deal. The problem with that is a lot of times for us as wholesalers, it's still not a great deal. And those foreclosures get so much attention from other agents, from investors, from people that want to live in houses, from wholesalers. It just goes on and on and on. I don't even target them, period. Period. If they come my way through my normal marketing and the numbers work, that's it. But I don't put any effort into it or whatever. Especially looking for those. Now, some people, that's all they look for. And there are a lot of ways to make them. I'm just telling you, for me, there are easier deals out there. You ask my opinion, that's it. But again, you can make money with it. You just have to know what you're getting into. You're not finding a secret. Let me just tell you that when you're dealing with foreclosures or pre-foreclosures. And if you don't know what pre-foreclosure means, it means they still own the house, just a regular person, but they're behind in payments, and the lender has started the foreclosure process to take the property back or whatever. So, all right. Someone on TikTok says, do you proceed with deals that you can't find comps for? Normally, I don't. That makes it difficult. Normally, if you don't find any comps for a property, that means there are no transactions. Normally, that means there are no buyers. There's no activity. That normally means there's no buyers in that particular area. So I'm normally not going to try to do those particular deals. I'm just not. I'm not going to pursue those properties. Let me just say that, because the number is just telling me, the market is telling me no one is buying there. So what am I going to do with it? How am I going to get rid of it or whatever? So, and one thing I discovered is amazing. I already knew it was a part of the features, but whenever you present a property to a potential buyer, if the more information you can provide them, the easier it is for them to number one, be interested in your property, but also to make a fairly quick informed decision, or at least send them in the right direction on where they can back up the information that you've sent over to them, right? So, and the reason I'm bringing that up, in the Dealulator, aka Prop Stream, is a feature in there where you can create a comp report, and it's just a detailed description of everything in the property. Matter of fact, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. See, we ain't on no certain scale. I'm here by myself, so I have to make this work the best way I can. Let me see. So I got it here. Where's that property? It was on yesterday. What is the address? Where is that address? Hold on, guys. Oh, here it is. Boom. There you go. All right. I'm going to show you guys this this particular report. Right. Where is it? Chrome. Where is it? There it is. No application. Oh, there it is. Boom. All right. So just look at this property here and the information that it provides. You would attach this in an email to your potential buyers, and it gives information about the property, right? Okay, so it shows just the history of the property, MLS information if there's some. Then the main thing is that it shows the sold comps in the actual area. So it shows your actual subject property, and then it shows the comps that I actually selected to show them. And so right here, it shows them the actual comps, what those properties sold for: 355, 320, 360. So that's right in line with my property. And, I got it significantly cheaper. or whatever. And then it actually goes in here and shows more details about those particular properties. You see, and then it still gives more information about your property. And then it shows pictures and stuff of their property. Just a real detailed report that that makes it a lot easier. And then I sent a video on top of that, obviously with my price and everything on the property. So you definitely want to take advantage of the comps report that you can create in DLA, aka PropStream, just as a suggestion to you to try to make it easy for you to do deals. All right, so let me see what we got here. All right, back to YouTube and Facebook. Keith Jackson say, I'm here in Birmingham. Do you mentor? Yes, I do. Just call or text me or DM me. All right. We're going to go with Les J here. Says a realtor recommended a property that needs love repairs. If I buy the property to wholesale, would the realtor get paid? Well, if the property is listed, right, and you sign a listing agreement as a buyer's agent for a buyer's agent, then yeah. Or if it's their listing, then yeah, the agent will get paid definitely from the seller of the property. To answer your question. All right, here's a question here from Sylvester Butler. How does double closings work? So it's just what it sounds like, is that you are going to perform two transactions in order for you to get paid. So what's going to happen is you're going to actually buy the property from the seller, and then you'll sell it to the buyer. But how that is funded is that your buyer will actually fund the deal. He'll bring the money to fund the deal for the first transaction with you and the seller, and then the second transaction with you and them. And you get the difference between both transactions. So if you bought it from the seller for $100,000 and you're going to sell it to the buyer for $120,000, then you would get the difference of those two transactions of $20,000. That's a double closing. With that being said, most people do it because they don't want the seller or the buyer to know what they made of. But if they really wanted to, it's public record. Within, whenever it's recorded, they can go back and see it. I don't ever double close. The one time it happened, it was by mistake. Always assignment. Everybody's getting what they agreed upon. Normally everybody's happy. You can always have unreasonable people, but the seller, they're getting exactly what you agreed upon, right? And then the buyer, if I have a buyer that's concerned about how much I'm making, that's somebody I don't want to deal with. I'm about, you're going to make your money. I'm going to make my money. We want to do this over and over again. You're dealing with an idiot if they don't want you to bring them money. That's basically what you're doing as a wholesaler. You're bringing them money, and they're just paying you a fee because you bring them money. All right. Let me see here. What we got? I can't read that. I can't really move too fast up there with TikTok. I'll try to get to one. Let me see. It's moving too fast. Let me see. I have a secret house for $60,000. The house next door is asking $124,000. I don't know if it's a secret, but it sounds like an opportunity depending on the repairs. Someone from TikTok, they said they can get it for $60,000, and the house next door is trying to sell for $124,000. So hopefully that's on the correct ARV on the house next door. All right. Is Keith B. Jones Enterprise LLC? Is it a good idea to talk with banks on pre-foreclosures? Well, if you're trying to do a short sale, yeah, you're gonna have to speak with them, or the seller. The seller will be the liaison for you to try to get that done. All right. A key Townsend, a key Townsend say my deal is off market. Also, can we create a team so we can close multiple deals state to state? My man, hey, that's what Dealulator.com is for. Submit your deals. If they're great deals, we try to make it happen. That's the goal. All right, let me see. We're not getting anything from Instagram. Let me see what we got up at TikTok. Let me see. Let me scroll up. All right, so one of the basics is they saying, is it a good idea to buy a flip house that's I guess reasonably priced and make it into a rental house? Yeah, if the numbers work, you want to at the end of the day see what type of cash flow and cash on cash return you're going to receive over X number of years. So you're gonna have to make that decision. You're gonna have to know those personal goals yourself as far as what you want to do as far as rentals. All right. Thomas and Mario fan says, hey Ty, how do I get out of the offer if I can't find a buyer before the closing date and not be sued? Well, that's what the contract for, and they just simply keep your earnest money and they go their way, you go yours. Now, that's what the contract is set up to do. Now, just understand, guys, people, maybe that's part of my problem. But anyway, people worry about being sued. Guys, if you're in a business, you're going into business, I don't care what it is, that's always a possibility. The only thing you could do is just make sure you're doing the right thing legally. The contract allows you're doing it legally. If you don't perform, they keep your earnest money. Why even put earnest money up if it's not going to mean anything or whatever? So that's what it means. But that doesn't still mean someone can't sue you and the law is on your side. Attorney will take their money. That you can't prevent that. That's the only thing you do is do the right thing and let the law be on your side. And it's not guaranteed it's always going to work in your favor, but that's just part of being in business. If you're afraid of that, you might need to keep doing what you're doing. Keep clocking in. As long as you're happy, that's the only thing that matters anyway. But, Walmart gets sued, Target, Amazon, Google, who named the company, Ford, Chevrolet, name the company, Burger King, Wendy's, Starbucks, everybody gets sued. You know what I'm saying? If you creating enough business, you're going to get sued at some point. Now, I've been fortunate in 17 years, only been sued once, and she didn't even show up to court because she was trying to avoid paying rent or whatever. But, what could I do? She was totally wrong, but she went and actually filed something, but she was just trying to delay rent. She was squatting basically. It was on a lease option opportunity. Gave me a down payment on the property, like $2,500 or so. Didn't make one payment after that or whatever. So she got another 3 months just because she went and filed something saying she was going to sue me. Just that some people, they professional squatters or renters. I don't forget what they call the term they use for it. But anyway, so yeah, you just do the right thing and you'll be okay. All right. All right. Mayor Kemp said, do you let the seller know that you're wholesaling? I actually bought a home to hold from a seller that refused to sign the PA if I wasn't the end buyer. Well, normally that's not going to be an issue because most sellers don't even know what wholesaling is. But you don't explain it to them because they don't know what it is. Because they can, when people are not familiar with something, they just automatically think scam, and they're gonna walk away, which is understandable or whatever. So that's why you don't even go into that with them. Just like many people are watching this and other stuff that they trying to educate themselves on, they watch hours of it, you know what I'm saying, and still got a ton of questions. Imagine trying to explain it to someone in 5 minutes. They're not going to want to do business because it's not important. Doesn't matter where the money comes from if you can perform. Just because you can go to the bank and get the money, that's not your money. It's still the bank's money. That makes it better. No, just you are a cash buyer. You buy as is. You close in 2 to 4 weeks. You pay all closing costs minus any unpaid taxes, mortgages, or liens. That generally answers all of their questions. Normally, they may ask you how long you've been in business. Yeah, you can tell them this is my first deal. I'm getting into it, but I'm ready to buy some property, some real estate. Do you have something you want to sell? That's it. You want to sell as is and sell it fast or whatever. So anyway, hopefully that answers that question. All right, what else we got? So what's your first mode of contact? All right. So we got some on we finally got some on Instagram. Okay. Wonder what y'all were doing over here. All right. All right, on Instagram, if I found a house that just was foreclosed, it has papers on the door. Do I call the number on there to try to wholesale it? When you say papers, if you're talking about the notice of default or whatever, normally that's going to not have the seller's information on it. If it's an actual foreclosure, the lender is not normally going to deal with you just on one single property. If you're going in there to buy a whole tape, as they call, or a package of properties, then they'll talk to you. They'll just wait, normally go through their process and they'll put it back on the market where they're dealing with a real estate agent or whatever. So, questions there. Okay. Okay. Keith Towns. Let me see. I guess somebody else tried. I read one of your key. Someone says, "Are you going to have any more signed bundles?" I probably am not. It was more work than I anticipated putting that together for the two or three reloads I did on it. So probably not. Probably not. But you can order them from the same place I get mine from. All right. I'm not sure if somebody had a conversation on TikToks or whatever. All right. Let me see here. What we got? Let me see. I need a short question. All right. Someone says, how do you find hard money lenders to do double closes? And what steps should I expect to go through? Well, there is hard money lenders. They call them transition. They call that more transactional funding when it's that short term. Reach out to Renikia. Just go to Instagram. You can find her there and on Facebook to reach her on that type of stuff. Good question, Keith Jackson. I already asked one, but I'm gonna ask this because it's a pretty good question. How is the outlook for wholesaling over the next 18 months, given the pandemic and the upcoming foreclosures? Well, it will probably be very good. Just understand, guys, and I didn't know this when I got in, so I'm giving you some game from one of my mistakes, one of my many mistakes. Is as long as houses are not some type of law or something passed in the U.S. where houses are free, there will always be opportunities, which means there will be always opportunities to wholesale because transactions are happening. Either someone is living in a house that's free and clear, is paid for, or they're renting, or they're paying a mortgage, which means transactions are occurring, which means opportunities will exist for you as an actual wholesaler. So you just will adjust with the market. As far as what will happen in the next 18 months, if somebody can tell you that they know what's going to happen in the next 18 months, number one, run. Because if they can predict the future, they actually don't even need to be in real estate. They need to be in another business in the future predicting business, and they can be billionaires in the morning. So somebody try to tell you, now I can tell you what I think over the next 18 months is that there's going to be a lot of carnage as far as people losing their houses. Now, that's a bad thing. I hate to see somebody go through that or whatever. But at the end of the day, those deals, that's still going to go down. And so it's going to be opportunities out there or whatever. So you have an opportunity to be in a position to take advantage of some of those and make money or whatever. And that's going to only start with you educating yourself, like with anything else. All right. Let me put this up here. Danae Gallier, I think I said Gallier. How do you do a single close without letting the title company or a closing attorney know you are not the initial seller? How do you do a single close? I guess you mean like an assignment of contract is what you're saying. No, they just know, they just perform it for you. It's no big deal. They don't care. Normally they don't care. Some of them will say they don't do it or whatever. That's fine. In this situation, a lot will. Some won't. But you just set up the closing. Go to YouTube and do a search for how do I get paid, Flipman. Flipman. How do it start this? Flipman. How do I get paid, seller and buyer? And that video will break that down for you on how you actually will get paid once you have a seller and buyer in place. Curly Nublin says, how many people should I be texting with text to flip? Generally speaking, at least 50 a day. If you want to do more, please do more. It's all about being able to manage and the follow up there. That's where we're really key. We're dealing with those. So, all right, let me go back up here. Let me see. See what we got. See what we have here. Someone's asking about subject to. Let me go ahead and just go into that. So, virtually you consulting. Can you talk more about these subject to and lease options that I keep hearing about? Well, they're just forms of owner financing. Subject to, well, with both of them actually. Normally, I guess you can do a lease option without them owing anything on it. But normally it's a situation where the person owes money on the property, but they're going to allow you to create some owner or seller financing terms where they're going to basically act as the bank, right? So with the subject to, it means subject to is short for subject to existing financing. It simply means that the person, again, is going to set up some terms where you can start making payments either directly to them or to the lender or with the lender's name on it directly to them. And they're going to deed the property over to you. So the financing is still to be on their credit, but you'll actually have deed to the property. Lease options is basically just an option. Well, normally it's an option. It's you renting with an option to buy or leasing with an option to buy. Now, what people will turn around and do, they call a sandwich lease, and how they'll make their money. They'll put somebody else there where either one lives in there or wholesale the terms out. They'll pick up an initial down payment and then monthly payments. If you remain in the deal, you'll create some cash flow. The monthly payment may be $1,000 to the seller, paying the mortgage or whatever, and you may be charging the person that's living there $1,400. So you get the difference. And then you also can create a back end where the price that you have with the seller may be $100,000, but the price that you have with the the person that's living there is 140,000. So there's an opportunity to get that back in also. All right. Okay. Okay, I got another foreclosure question from TikTok. Hey, Flip Man, does each state have a list of foreclosed houses I can get? Yeah, man, that was just online on Zillow. Just go to Zillow and you well, if you don't know how to do that, just go to YouTube, do a search for how do I search for foreclosures on Zillow. Gonna be tons of videos to show you that. Again, now, unless you're buying it for yourself, for your own personal use or for own personal investing purposes, you're really not finding anything that's an actual secret now with a foreclosure. Everybody knows of those. And if you're talking about wholesaling, you're going to have the right type of buyer. You're going to have earnest money, and you're going to have proof of funds to pull a deal like that off. That's just to get in the door. Right. So again, you're not finding a secret with a foreclosure. Understand this, guy. This is not 1992. The internet exists. There's no secrets as far as what realtors have their hands on. They really don't have a purpose, in my opinion. That well, I'm sorry. It's a convenience thing because you'll have people, I guess, they don't know anything about real estate. They just want somebody to handle it. No different if I know I can buy a Coke. Which I don't drink a lot of soda, but I can buy a Coke for, if I go in a convenience store, it may be $1.89, almost $2. But if I go to Walmart, I can buy probably a 6-pack for $3 or whatever. But it's convenience because the convenience store, the gas station was on my way home or wherever I'm going instead of me going to Walmart or whatever. So it's a convenience station. So same thing with realtors. I guess they're convenience on something that people don't really want to physically do. So I can't say they don't have a use. But for an investor, what we do is hard. You got to be lazy as hell. They got to be, I put it like this, they have to be bringing you some serious value to have to deal with them. Meaning they're going to be bringing you properties that no one else has, or they had their pocket list. I mean, they haven't put it online or let anyone else know. That's the only real value I can see they're bringing. Please educate me on that, because the internet, everything they call, that's how they sell their properties, mainly through the internet. And signage or whatever in the yard or whatever or in the area. So you just look up all that information on all the different sites, just starting with Zillow or whatever. All right. What else we got? Dun, dun, dun. I think I talked about the subject twos. 16. Are you making this? Okay. A young man from Instagram, it's Young Dank 3 from Instagram, says, hey, Flip Man, I'm 16. How would you recommend me to start this hustle? My man, you are so fortunate to even be thinking about this at 16. Just there. Now, you still got to take action, but you're so fortunate. I was double your age when I discovered this. I was 32 years old when I discovered this, right? So for you to even be exposed to it, you're so ahead of the game. So, my man, you're going to educate yourself. You ain't got nothing but time. You got you have the most valuable thing that we have as human beings outside of air and your health, I guess, is time. With the air and health fix that too. So you have time. So take 2 months, lock in on my videos. And what people, I say, what's the first thing I should do? Once you educate yourself, you're going to know what to do. Like if you got a recipe to cook a cake, hell, I don't know how to cook a cake. But I can go to YouTube right now. I have no idea how to cook a cake. I don't even know what to buy. Right. I also know I need some cake mix, but after that, it's going to get tricky. But I know I can go to YouTube and I can cook a cake if I wanted to. I'm that kid. My channel is the recipe for wholesaling. So once I watch that YouTube video, I should know how to bake a cake. Now, I'm sure probably the first go around, it's probably not going to taste like what I'm used to. But if I do it again and again and again, I'm going to probably have it tasting better than the people that I think that can cook cakes. Because I'm going to be there, I'll get it to my liking. No different with the way I'm going to teach wholesaling to you. You'll keep doing it. You'll actually be doing deals, but you'll have your own methods that will probably turn out better than what I've taught you, because of your experience and how you want to handle business. So that question is, what's the first thing I should do is to educate yourself, because once you educate yourself, you're going to know what to do. That makes sense to me. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how to cook a cake, but I know the first thing I wanted to do if I just had it on my mind was I'll go straight to YouTube, and I'm sure it's going to be millions of videos that tell me how to cook a cake, depending on the type of cake. So hopefully I answered that particular question. All right. Yeah, man, you got the world at your feet. The world is yours. From Scarface, the world is yours. At 16. Lord have mercy. Wow, guys, we've been rolling for about 50 minutes. I'm doing this by myself, trying to do all this. I'm pooped. This is like the 4th video I've done today. 2 recorded, another live with Jamil on comps101.com. I hate to cut it short or whatever, but I am pooped. I can't handle all. This is killing me. I don't know what happened to A. Renika let me know she wasn't going to be here. So guys, I hope you really enjoy this. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video. If you got questions, always post them in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos. It doesn't have to be a live video. Post them in the comment section of any video, and I answer those. I try to on a daily basis. Follow me on TikTok at Ask Flipman. I got a lot of good content there. It's edutainment. I'm trying to educate you and entertain you at the same time. I have zero talent, but I'm trying my best. Instagram, same thing. Twitter. What else we got? Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man. Almost 60,000 people in there helping each other. Again, right here on YouTube, follow me. Remember, digulator.com, the real estate tools are tools. Skip the flip if you need to try to find the owner, and text the flip if you are trying to reach out to motivated sellers. It's one of the best it's going right now, and it's very inexpensive. So again, I hope this was good by myself. First time I've done it solo in a minute. Appreciate you guys showing up. And you know, like I always like to say, we will see you on the
Flip man, flip man. It's the flip man. Flip man, flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Yeah, bag.